What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Giovanni Giles for the $10 donation via the PayPal. And he left a note that says, Draymond reminds me of Hopper, the antagonist from the Ants movie, a bully that picks on the weaker vessel and or the less intelligent. Also, they both have this false sense of leadership that no one notices until someone challenges them, psychologically or physically, like Jordan Poole and Tristan Thompson. Well, see, he didn't have the same energy for Tristan Thompson, because Tristan Thompson is 6'10" and 250 pounds. You know, he didn't have the same energy for him. And allegedly, Tristan Thompson punched him in his damn face, or slapped him, which is even more emasculating. But that's my issue with Draymond Green right there. But much respect to you for showing love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. So I reported this yesterday on my channel, and that was that yesterday it was reported that a home in Nevada, I think it was in Hendersonville, Nevada, had been raided by police officers, and it had something to do with the investigation into the crime that took the life of Tupac Shakur back in September of 1996. As we all know, Tupac was hit by someone as he and Suge Knight were leaving I think it was the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight that Saturday night in September 1996. And Tupac Shakur passed away some 6 days later on Friday, Friday, September the 13th, 1996. Yes, Friday the 13th. Very unlucky day in hip-hop history. So 27 years nearly have passed since that day, and now it appears that police have something going, and we'll know what it is. So the home that police officers raided is not actually Keffe D's home, but it's the wife of Keffe D, or at least she's married to Keffe D. I don't know if they live together. At least the house is in her name, and her name is Paula Clemens. And I'm reading from TMZ. They confirmed that the address where Vegas Metro executed a search warrant Monday night was owned by Paula Clemens. Of course, Keffe D is a former Crip, and for years now he's been doing interviews claiming to be the uncle of the late Orlando Anderson, who's been suspected for many years to have been the person who pulled the trigger and took the life of Tupac Amaru Shakur. Orlando and his crew, including Keffe, were in Vegas that night, and Orlando was actually jumped by Tupac, Suge Knight, and other Death Row affiliates at the MGM Grand. It's an altercation that was caught on surveillance video, and many thought Orlando might have orchestrated a revenge hit after the Mike Tyson fight that night. For what it's worth, Orlando himself had denied any involvement before he himself lost his life in a shootout in 1998. As for Paula, she also owned a home in Compton in the 90s. And it was back in the 90s when the LA County Sheriff Department recovered a gun in the backyard of a Compton home. A home the Sheriff Department said belonged to the girlfriend of a known Crip who was in Vegas the night of the death. This is something I've read. Keffe D for years has talked about his involvement in that hit, and he's been talking about it since at least 2009. So apparently back in 2009 he struck a deal with prosecutors where he would, let me read it and see if I can find it. Okay. This is from Greg Kading, who talked about this today. Greg Kading, of course, is the police officer that's been he was investigating, I think, the Biggie death. But Greg Kading says Keefe first confessed to this way back in 2009 during a police interview conducted by Kading. He says that they struck a deal with Keefe so that they couldn't use the information he was providing to prosecute him. But that deal went out the window the minute Keefe D started talking about these things in public. And while Keefe D apparently has been talking in public and incriminating himself, apparently Las Vegas, the Metro Police have been doing a quiet investigation to the point now they feel like they got something. Now what they got, I don't know, but something was retrieved on Monday night. So this could potentially be a big update in this situation. I still have my doubts, but we'll see. Actually, I was wrong with Greg Kading. He has knowledge of both Pox and Big's situation as far as the incidents that took their lives. So we'll have to see, man. But it's another situation with, man, sometimes you just gotta, if you did something, keep your damn mouth shut, man. Keep your mouth shut, because this is what can happen. You know, and he'll have no one to blame but himself if he's tied to this. So anyway, tell me what you guys think.